Hi, I'm MinuteLearning, and welcome to a new series on my channel called Phrases Explained, where I take common English phrases and explain the origins of them. Let's jump right in. For the first episode, we are looking at the phrase, "it costs an arm and a leg," which, if you didn't already know, means to be really expensive. For example, this ring costs an arm and a leg. But where does this phrase really come from? First, I'm going to take you through a myth about the phrase and then show you the real origins of it. Now, the common tall tale around the phrase, "it costs an arm and a leg," was about portrait painters. People said that if you only had the shoulders in a portrait rather than the arms and the legs, it would make it cheaper. Therefore, if you included the full body, that would be the most expensive portrait and it would cost an arm and a leg. Makes sense, right? Although this makes for a very believable tale in the pub, it's actually not true. Because although bigger portraits would cost more money, there is no evidence to suggest that more limbs would equal a bigger price. So, if someone tries to tell you that that's where the phrase is from, tell them off, and now I'm going to tell you the real origins so you can wow them with your knowledge. Now, there are two suggested real origins of the phrase. One's quite recent and one isn't so recent. Now, the first suggested origin of the phrase is that it's an amalgamation of two phrases, "I would give my right arm for," and "even if it takes a leg," both of which were coined in the late 18th, early 19th centuries. Now, the earliest example I could find was in the 1790 Ladies magazine, where it says, "I would give my right arm and my entire fortune for something." However, there is also another suggested origin of the phrase, which is much more recent. The phrase was likely coined after the Second World War, where many servicemen lost their limbs, and it referred to the high price paid by those who had to undergo amputations. The earliest example of the phrase being used in literature that I could find was in 1949. It was in the magazine The Long Beach Independent and was used to describe Christmas decorations that would not cost an arm and a leg. Bonus fact, there is a similar phrase in French. It is "ça coûte les yeux de la tête." This means it costs the eyes from your head, which I believe is a bit more grim. So, there you go. You now know the origins of the phrase. It's either a mix of older phrases or refers to soldiers in the Second World War, or a mixture of both. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next episode of Phrases Explained. Goodbye.